Gem and Jewellery Authority under scrutiny. Public funds mismanaged? Sri Lanka renewable energy crisis takes new turn. A looming setback. NH Bentota Say Sands Resort begins a new chapter. Sri Lanka sets sail. A milestone in fisheries export. Kotalavala Defence University Hospital faces financial sustainability challenges. Welcome to Weekly Biz Digest. Stay updated with the latest business trends, market movements, and economic highlights. Gem and Jewellery Authority under scrutiny. The National Gem and Jewellery Authority of Sri Lanka, an institution tasked with overseeing the country's precious gem sector, now finds itself at the centre of controversy. The Committee on Public Enterprises, or COPE, has exposed a series of irregularities within the NGJA, raising serious concerns over financial mismanagement and regulatory failures. One of the most shocking revelations, NGJA has spent a staggering 2 billion rupees since 2021 to rent a private building instead of repairing its own offices, which required just 21 million rupees. The COPE committee strongly criticised the agency for wasting public funds at a time when Sri Lanka is facing severe financial difficulties. Adding to this crisis, unlicensed foreign traders infiltrating local markets, many arriving on tourist visas, bypass regulations and operate without NGJA authorization, impacting Sri Lanka's gem industry and leading to tax evasion. Illegal trading practices, lack of documentation, and even smuggling have raised alarm bells among local traders and authorities alike. In 2022, former chairman Tilak Weerasinghe was removed amid allegations of corruption, including illegal mining approvals and an attempt to release confiscated gems valued at 1 billion rupees. From irregular licensing processes to financial mismanagement, COPE's findings highlight systematic failures with NGJA, raising urgent questions about its governance and accountability. The gem and jewellery industry is crucial to Sri Lanka's economy. Without strong oversight and reforms, we risk losing investor confidence and damaging the country's global reputation. With growing scrutiny and calls for reform, the future of Sri Lanka's gem industry hangs in the balance. Will the authorities take action before it's too late? Sri Lanka renewable energy crisis takes a new turn, a looming setback. The future of Sri Lanka's renewable energy sector is in jeopardy as developers warn of a major crisis sparked by a proposed new tariff system. The Federation of Renewable Energy Developers, or FRED, has raised serious concerns about a clause that could allow the Ceylon Electricity Board to limit electricity intake from renewable sources. This could lead to severe financial losses and a stalled transition to clean energy. With over 150 projects in limbo, experts estimate that delays in approvals could cost CEB over Rs 13 billion annually. The proposed tariff revision slashes rates by 25%, making many solar and wind projects financially unviable. Already Rs 2 billion worth of equipment purchased for the PSA solar program remains unused. The renewable energy sector has long been seen as the key to a sustainable future, but industry experts warn the policy instability could derail progress. FRED is calling on policymakers to rethink the tariff system before it's too late. Will Sri Lanka's renewable energy ambitions stay on track? We'll keep you updated. Stay with us for more on this developing story. NH Bentota Say Sands Resorts begins a new chapter. Nestled between the vibrant Indian Ocean and the serene Bentota River, a beloved landmark embarks on a new journey. Welcome to NH Bentota Say Sands Resort, a name reimagined and experience reborn. Once known as Centara Say Sands, the iconic getaway has now been rebranded under NH Hotels, marking a fresh chapter while retaining its rich legacy. Many of our guests have cherished this hotel for years. We are ensuring they recognize that NH Bentota Say Sands is still the same beloved escape, now with enhanced experiences and global brand excellence. From the preserved wooden floors to the mesmerizing devil dances, the resort proudly embraces its Sri Lankan heritage while offering world-class hospitality. Sri Lanka has a deep cultural richness that we want our guests to experience. From authentic home-style cuisine to immersive celebrations, we bring the essence of Sri Lanka to life. With innovative leadership and passion for authenticity, NH Benta Desai Sands Resorts is elevating guest experiences, offering something truly unforgettable. With innovative leadership and a passion for authenticity, NH Benta Desai Sands Resort is elevating guest experiences, offering something truly unforgettable. A familiar paradise, a new identity, NH Benta Desai Sands Resorts, where tradition meets transformation. Today we have the pleasure of talking with two distinguished experts in the environmental consultancy business, Mr. Jayathilaka and Mr. Jeevaka. Mr. Jayathilaka, I would like to ask you as to what exactly your company does.
Yeah, EML Consultants is a company that was established about 30 years ago. And what we do is to help in every aspect of development process. It can start from the conceptual stage of developing somebody's idea to be developed into a project or a strategy and making it happen on the ground. So in all these stages, which involve project management, the formulation, development, environmental sustainability, the engineering aspects. So all these multitude of disciplines are covered in a consultancy firm to help an investor or the government to make their ideas happening on the ground. So that is our very simple way of putting where the consultancy firms can come into the development process.
Right. Mr. Jayathilaka, being the Managing Director of EML Consultancy PLC, how would you say that your company is different to other consultancy firms?
Yeah, we are different.
Yes.
In the sense that we, I think, are the only firm that is a consulting firm operating or registered in Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan origin, that actually offers the ISO 14000 and the ISO 9000 series standard is been practiced here. And we are the only PLC company that is the consulting firm that is listed in Colombo Stock Exchange, which is an achievement by itself. Company has to be transparent as well as have the right credentials.
Yes.
To be listed.
Yes.
And maintained. So we had been listed since 2022, and so we are keen to really expand our program even beyond our shows. In fact, we are working on several projects outside, but we would like to really make it more prominent.
Would you care to elaborate more about the projects that you're involved outside?
Yes, we are involved in providing banking consulting services to some of the Pacific Island countries,
right.
Where the banking sector has been benefited with the expertise in Sri Lankan banking sector. Then in addition to that, we are also involved with setting up AI digital AI operations in Australia. It's a fairly new project where the development take place in Sri Lanka in collaboration with universities, and this help the Sri Lankan experts to reach out to the outside market. In fact, Australia, the applications we are developing include areas like fleet management as well as the areas like farm management, and it will take a little more time in Sri Lanka to really catch up some of these things.
Yes.
So how we are different is we are one step ahead of others in terms of the possibly climate change, which is a hot topic in the world right now.
It has always been a hot topic,
and
like in the recent past.
We have been involved with this area for quite some time. In fact, we were invited by the government of Sri Lanka and the UN to prepare the roadmap of carbon net zero which was presented in the COP29 last year. It is this kind of areas where we have developed, we see the opportunities coming up and the necessities coming up. We prepare ourselves, and so that when it comes and when it is demanded, we are in a position to provide it. So this way, this is one of the differences. We think ahead and bring the solutions today for tomorrow. And the next one I would say is, we always try to add value to what the client expects. So little more than, if he is expecting 100, we will try to give 150 or 200.
I see.
Right? Without giving him cost or letting him incur additional cost, we try to sort of provide. Because this can be done because we have enlisted or the in-house consultants, experts in most of the fields that is necessary.
Okay. Right. Like as any other company, I'm pretty sure, Mr. Jayathilake, your company also would be facing a lot of challenges in this field. Would you care to explain a little bit?
As you rightly say, that in any business, you have people who are undercutting. So I would say that the challenges are both internal as well as the external. Internal challenges are arising from the people who are in the consultancy business not meeting the minimum standards. So this is something the authorities need to really address. It's something it's difficult for us to individually address, but now Central Environment Authority, for example, has a list of consultants accredited, more listed, so that people can select. Similarly, I think it is important for other agencies who are in regular need of consultancies or technical advice to enlist consultants and check their credentials. You know, the situations can be, there can be people who are providing these consultancies by providing the names of some qualified person, but the actual work is being done by someone else, and really resulting in a substandard work. So we cannot do that. And other thing is, from external, I said challenge is, investors sometimes come here and we help them to get their approvals and the proper guidance. The country situation need to be assessed and provide. They need to be guided, like a lawyer guides a case in a case, or a doctor treats a patient. We also like to really do that and tell them the truth. But there are a lot of situations we come across. People give promise sun and moon to some of these investors, which are not correct and true, and then they run into problems. A good example is usually these lands needed for development are being promised in places where it cannot be taken, like wildlife reserves, forest reserves, coastal areas, environmental sensitive areas. So we always advise the investors who are interested. This is not in the case of Port City. Of course, Port City is much straightforward, but many other areas this happens. We tell them, okay, but it is always better to really do these preliminary clearances, which we help them to do, and then all those impediments can be ironed out or avoided, which can be very costly sometimes. So that is how I like to put the challenges. If I may add another one, is that these standards has to be brought in, because the consultancy is the first intervention for a project. So you need to really maintain that high standard in the work, and it is this is something that I think all of the consultant firms and the consultants need to work together and sometimes get together and do it. Talking further about the challenges, let me ask our CEO, Mr. Jeevakar, to do that. Mr. Jeevakar, by the way, brings in 18 years of experience in the professional engineering as well as the consulting.
Wow.
Both private sector as well as the government sector experience.
Nice.
And he's a Sri Lankan Morato University graduate with hands-on experience in the field of the latest technological requirement. So let Jeevak, if you can elaborate, that will be good.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jayatilaka, for the brief introduction, and let me continue from where you stopped. And I would like to give how EML Consultants PLC become a leading consultancy company with the modern novel challenges we are facing in the current business environment. For an example, especially now we are working with new investors who are coming to Port City, Colombo, Sri Lanka. Actually, we have positioned this Port City project to the worldwide investors in a way how they can enhance the benefits, especially with the tax concessions this Port City Colombo is awarding to the world investors. I think it has not harnessed or exploited enough or marketed enough to the world. So we have studied all the Port City Act and the Commission regulations and what are the ways of taking the advantages out of these provisions and tax concessions, and we educated the investors and their interest has boosted and they were confident to go ahead with our consultancy company as a consultancy company who can guide them to enhance the benefits and the tax concession advantages to develop their businesses in our country rather than going for another country or another place in the world. So this is one of the areas that we have developed recently and able to bring few investors. Actually already we have started developing feasibility studies for a 55-story building which includes apartment complex, hotel complex, more than 350 hotel units, hotel rooms, and commercial area. This is going to be one of the most iconic buildings ever in this region, including the South Asia region. This is one of the major achievements we have achieved with regard to the Port City consultancies that we are providing, not limiting to only one area. We are providing the full scope of the consultancy services, starting with the feasibility studies. At the moment we are now providing legal consultancies because this is an area where many consultants, legal officers or advisors do not have experience and expertise with the involvement not only with the local consultants but also with the conglomeration with foreign expertised consultants. We have been able to handle this vast project which is a major challenge for many people and hesitated to take up this challenge. But we came up to the front and undertake this challenge, and now we are progressively going ahead with few investors.
We had a very insightful discussion with the Managing Director and the CEO of EML Consultants PLC. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sri Lanka set sail, a milestone in fisheries export. Marking a historic milestone for Sri Lanka's fisheries sector, the country has officially begun exporting locally produced canned jack mackerel, setting sail for the global market. Today, Sri Lanka proudly enters the global canned fish market. This marks the beginning of a new era for our fisheries sector, as we strive to align with our nation's vision, a prosperous country, a beautiful life. The inaugural consignment, destined for the United Arab Emirates, departed on Saturday, carrying 48,000 cans per container. Each shipment has the potential to earn Sri Lanka between $38,000 to $40,000. With an advanced supply chain, the Ocean Food Institute ensures fresh catches are processed promptly, maintaining the highest quality. Within 2 days, fish are transferred from local vessels to cold storage on Ocean Food Institute ships and then to the factory for processing. This streamlined process not only ensures freshness but also guarantees better prices for fishermen at sea, securing a steady supply for both local consumption and export. With domestic demand for canned fish already reaching 300,000 cans per day, this new export initiative will generate an estimated $8 million in foreign exchange revenue by 2025. A significant step towards expanding Sri Lanka's fisheries sector, reducing reliance on imports, and positioning local canned fish as a competitive export commodity. A prosperous future awaits as Sri Lanka sets sail towards new horizons in global trade. Kotalavala Defence University Hospital faces financial sustainability challenges. In a move that could reshape the healthcare landscape in Sri Lanka, Sir John Kotalavala Defence University Hospital, commonly known as the KDU Hospital, has been flagged as a financial burden on the country's treasury. A top-level government committee reviewing the role of 160 state institutions has highlighted the hospital's lack of profitability since its opening in 2017. Located in Werahara, the state-of-the-art hospital offers 70 ICU beds, a cardiac catheterization lab, an oncology unit, and 20 modular theatres, including the first-of-its-kind hybrid theatre in Sri Lanka. Despite its cutting-edge facilities, the committee's report revealed concerns over the hospital's sustainability, urging the government to explore strategies to ensure its long-term financial viability. Moreover, the committee has suggested that the Sri Jayawardhanapura Hospital should operate commercially, as its current management model is deemed unviable. Other state institutions like the Sri Lanka Mahaweli Development Authority face possible liquidation, while the government is urged to consider public-private partnerships for the entities like the Paddy Marketing Board. These bold recommendations highlight the ongoing challenges of balancing state-run institutions with the need for financial sustainability in Sri Lanka's evolving economy. Welcome to this week's stock market update on the Colombo Stock Exchange. As we round up the week's trading activities, we bring you the latest insights to market trends, key performances, and significant developments shaping the Sri Lankan financial landscape. From the movements of all share price index to sector-specific performances and notable corporate announcements, this report will provide a comprehensive snapshot of how local stocks have performed. Stay tuned as we analyze the week's trading activity, highlight key stock performances, and look ahead at what to expect in the market.
The all share price index plunged 1.82%, closing at 15,373.35, while the S&P SL20 shed 2.19%, ending at 4,541.71. Banking giants bore the brunt. Sampath Bank down 3.5%. Commercial Bank down 3.1% and HNB losing 2%. The negative sentiment echoed through top firms like John Keells and LOLC. The US is Sri Lanka's top export destination. With new tariffs in place, apparel companies are especially exposed. Hella Apparel slipped 2.8%. J. Haycobb and dipped